This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Olympian Ernest John E.J. Obiena dominated the field at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, capturing his fourth straight SEA Games gold medal after clearing a new Games record. With his contract set to expire at year's end, Philippine women's volleyball head coach Jorge De Brito appears to be on his way out despite an impressive track record. Magnolia head coach L.A. Tenorio is considering suiting up once again after the Hotshots lost two starting guards to injury in their recent loss to Rain or Shine on Monday in Bahrain. Nonito Donaire may still have a fight ahead of him, but at the weigh-in, the 43-year-old legend shows he's far from done, tipping the scales at 117.75 pounds as he eyes a fourth bantamweight world title Wednesday in Japan. And world number one Aryna Sabalenka has been named WTA Player of the Year for a second straight season after holding the top spot in the rankings all year. Olympian Ernest John E.J. Obiena winning another SEA Games gold for Team Philippines. And our very own Sheila Salaysay has the details live from Thailand. Sheila?
Hi Anton, magandang gabi, and as expected, Ernest John E.J. Obiena stopped his class in the ongoing 33rd Southeast Asian Games here in Thailand. The Filipino pole vault once again reigned supreme, capturing his fourth straight SEA Games gold medal after clearing a new SEA Games record of 5.70 meters, accomplished in just one attempt. Obiena's latest triumph set the tone for another banner day for the Philippine delegation. Ang Samang Patsapong of Thailand claimed the silver medal, while Filipino Bet Elijah Cole secured the bronze, adding another podium finish. Adding to the gold rush, Jasmine Altea Ramilo dazzled in rhythmic gymnastics, securing gold in the individual all-around with a composed and graceful performance.
So grateful to be representing my own country, the Philippines, and thankful to all the Gymnastic Association of the Philippines and the President Cynthia, and also Lustig Rowena, and to all my family, and of course my coach that trained me every day and also prepare me really well. And yeah, I'm really grateful to everyone that supported me. Thank you.
Zaira Bonas delivered a statement victory, overpowering a veteran Thai fighter Jantaharn Manoban to secure the gold medal in the women's low kick -48-kilogram final of kickboxing. Earlier in the day, Team Philippines struck gold in rowing as Joanny Delgaco and Christine Paraon dominated the women's double sculls in Chonburi to deliver the country's first gold medal of day 7. The Filipino pair clocked 8 minutes and 16.976 seconds, nearly 5 seconds faster than silver medalist Thailand.
Actually po, kagabi iniisip tayo namin na nakikita po namin parang pahirapan pa po yung bronze. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko, nung bago ako matulog kagabi, grabe talaga pag si Lord na yung gumalaw talaga. Walang imposible talaga, yun po.
Hindi po namin na-expectahan gold namin po kasi po malalakas din po yung mga kalaban namin. Pero po, tiwala po talaga sa isa't isa at saka alam naman po namin ang mga pinagdanat po naming training. At sobrang ko rin po, salamat ko po kasi si Ate Jo po yung naging lead ko. Sobrang po kasi isa rin po siya sa inspiration ko na isang rower din po ako.
In tennis, Alex Ayala moved one win closer to ending the Philippines' 26-year gold medal drought in SEA Games women's singles after overpowering Thailand's Tasapor Naklo 6-1, 6-4 in the semifinals. She will face world number 240, Mananchaya Sawangkao, in the finals.
our opponent is a very experienced player, and I think Alex definitely handled the center court very well. She had some resistance, especially in the second set. I thought the Thai player Naklo did a very good job battling and trying to compete back, but I think that's also what makes Alex great. She was able to not only respond very well, but close it out, which I think was very important for her.
The Philippine men's floorboard team continued to impress in Chonburi, defeating Singapore 6-4 to reach the finals, where they will go up against the host country, Thailand. In men's volleyball, defending champion Indonesia reinforced its dominance after sweeping Pool B, capped by a straight sets victory over the Philippines 25-17, 27-25, 26-24. Despite the loss, the Alas Pilipinas men's team advances to the semifinals, where it will face the top seed from Pool A, possibly Thailand or Vietnam, in the next stage of the 2025 SEA Games competition. And as of 9 p.m. Philippine time, we have 28 gold, 44 silver, and 90 bronze medals. And on tomorrow's schedule, all eyes will be on Team Filipinas as they face Vietnam in the women's football gold medal match December 17, 2025 at Chonburi Stadium, with kickoff set at 8:30 p.m. Philippine time. Also on deck, Alex Ayala returns to action in another much-awaited match as she continues her SEA Games campaign, giving Team Philippines more to cheer for. And that's all for the updates today. Anton, I'm Sheila Salaysay from Philippine Olympic Committee Media reporting for the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Maraming salamat, Sheila. Reporting live from Thailand. Ingat, Sheila. Talk to you again soon. Filipinas swimming sensation Kyla Sanchez is set to return home from the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, more than ₱1 million richer. The two-time Olympian wrapped up the Games with an impressive 8 medals, 3 golds, and 5 silvers. This makes the 24-year-old swimmer the most be-medaled athlete of the Philippine delegation and setting a new standard for Filipino swimmers. Now, under Republic Act 10699, athletes receive 300,000 pesos for every gold medal and 150,000 pesos for each silver, bringing Sanchez's total incentives to about 1.2 million pesos. Sanchez, who began competing for the Philippines in 2023 after representing Canada, also made history, becoming the first Filipino swimmer since Akiko Thompson in 1989 to win 3 SEA Games gold medals. With his contract expiring at the end of the year, Philippine women's volleyball head coach Jorge De Brito appears headed for the exit. New PNVF President Tony Boy Liao confirms the federation will soon convene to choose the next head coach of Alas Pilipinas, with De Brito unlikely to be retained despite his impressive track record. De Brito, who was notified last October that he'll be relieved of his duties at the end of 2025. Over 4 years, De Brito led the national team to historic milestones, winning bronze and silver at the ABC Nations Cup, 4 bronze finishes in the Southeast Asian V-League, and consistent 4th place results in the SEA Games. Reports say Thai coaching icon Thai Bundit is the frontrunner, a familiar name after leading Ateneo to 2 UAAP titles. Over in the PBA, Magnolia head coach L.A. Tenorio is considering playing once more after the Hotshots lost 2 starting guards to injury during their 101-92 defeat to rain or shine Monday in Bahrain. The 41-year-old playing coach says he will consult with his staff and team management after Jerome Lastimosa and Paul Lee were both hurt during the PBA's first ever game in the West Asia country. Tenorio was officially named Magnolia's playing coach before season 50, fueling speculation about his long-awaited debut with the Hotshots, a team he frequently tormented during his Ginebra days. He nearly suited up in Bahrain but chose not to rush his return. Tenorio last played in Game 6 of the Season 49 Philippine Cup semifinals last July. Veteran forward Vic Manuel is back in the PBA. The Converge FiberXers announced the signing of the 38-year-old big man after a 9-month stint in the MPBL with Pangasinan. Manuel averaged 13.5 points and 4.6 rebounds in the MPBL, helping Pangasinan reach the North Division Finals. He now joins a converged frontcourt led by Justin Arana and Justin Baltazar as the Fiber Xers continue their Philippine Cup campaign at 6-4. A familiar face returns as Vic Manuel brings experience and toughness back to the PBA with Converge. In the UAAP Men's Basketball Finals, 1 game, 1 title, and for the University of the Philippines, defense kept the season alive. As the UAAP Finals heads into a winner-take-all Game 3, one unsung defensive stopper stood tall in Game 2. Our sports correspondent, Zeus Valdez, has the details.
One game, 1 title, and for the University of the Philippines, the road back to the UAAP throne now runs through defense. As the UAAP Season 88 Men's Basketball Finals head into a winner-take-all Game 3, one name quietly emerged as a difference maker in keeping the series alive: Jacob Baila. In UP's 66-63 win over De La Salle in Game 2, Baila drew the toughest assignment on the floor, locking in on Green Archer star Jacob Cortez. Cortez was held to 16 in Game 2, his rhythm disrupted, his touch contested, as Baila applied constant pressure from opening tip to final buzzer. In a slow-paced defensive battle, UP forced La Salle into tough shots for 4 quarters, with Baila's on-ball defense setting the tone at the point of attack. While Jerry Abadiano provided a clutch scoring in the 4th, it was Baila's work on the other end that took away La Salle's biggest weapon.
It's me. I wanted to guard him. I told my coaches. And, whenever my name was called, just to give my energy and my all for the UP community.
Baila said the focus was never individual matchups, but the bigger picture keeping the season alive and finishing strong for UP's senior core after a long off-season of work.
It's going to be a good game. We're going to go at it and we're going to play to win.
Now with everything on the line tomorrow at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, the question is simple. Can Baila and the Fighting Maroons replicate the same defensive edge against a La Salle team looking to regain its scoring rhythm? Game 3 will be decided not just by shot making, but by who controls the matchups, who dictates the pace, and who can deliver when there is nowhere left to hide. Tomorrow, it's all or nothing. The UAAP Season 88 crown will come down to one final push. Reporting for the Scorecard, I am Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In boxing, Nonito Donaire still has work to do in the ring, but at the scales, he turned back the clock. The 43-year-old future Hall of Famer weighed in at 117.75 pounds as he chases a 4th bantamweight world title. Donaire will face the unbeaten Seiya Tsutsumi Wednesday in Tokyo, with both fighters hitting the same weight for their WBA bantamweight title unification bout. Tsutsumi, 12-0-3 with 8 knockouts, defends the full WBA belt against Donaire, who holds the interim title. The veteran Filipino star, now based in Las Vegas, looked every bit the equal of his opponent, 14 years younger, setting the stage for a compelling showdown. In the NBA, Keontae George took over in Salt Lake City, scoring 37 points as the Jazz outlasted Dallas 133 in overtime. Lauri Markkanen added 33 and 16, overshadowing a historic 42-point night from the 18-year-old Cooper Flag. In Denver, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic delivered in the clutch. Murray dropped 35 while Jokic posted 39 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists as the Nuggets beat Houston 128-125 in overtime, their 5th straight win. Memphis made it look easy in LA. Jaren Jackson Jr. scored a season-high 31 as the Grizzlies routed the Clippers 121-103. Los Angeles dropped its 8th straight home loss. In Boston, Cade Cunningham led Detroit past the Celtics 112-105, 32 points, 10 assists, as the Pistons extended their win streak to 4. And in Miami, Brandon Ingram scored 28 as Toronto beat the Heat 106-96, handing Miami its 5th straight loss. Overtime thriller, statement wins, and streaks on the line. Another wild night around the NBA. Now, the latest in tennis world, number 1, Aryna Sabalenka has been named WTA Player of the Year for the second consecutive season after spending the entire year at the top of the rankings. The governing body of women's tennis announced on Monday. Sabalenka capped a dominant 2025 campaign by successfully defending her U.S. Open title, leading the tour in match wins and titles, reaching 9 finals. She finished as runner-up at the Australian Open and Roland Garros and reached the semifinals of Wimbledon. The Belarusian won 4 trophies overall and recorded 63 victories over the season. Up next, with the biggest game of the UAAP season finally here, we bring in one of the sharpest minds in Philippine basketball. Jay Mercado joins us to break down the winner-take-all Game 3 between De La Salle and UP. Key matchup adjustments that matter and what it will take to lift the UAAP crown. That's coming up right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. Again, we are with basketball analyst Jay Mercado as we break down the winner-take-all Game 3 between De La Salle University and the University of the Philippines. And Jay has worn green tonight because he is staying in line with his prediction of DLSU in Game 3. Kaya lang, Jay, it looks like UP has the momentum going into this deciding game. Tingin mo, patas pa rin ba itong laban na to? Or does UP have the slight edge now, being that they are the defending champions and they're coming off that morale-boosting Game 2 win?
No such thing, Anton. I don't believe in momentums. For one reason, in Season 86, De La Salle won Game 2 and Game 3. On the other hand, in Season 87, De La Salle won Game 2, supposedly had the momentum, but UP eventually won it out. So, at this point in time, everything's so even.
All right, let's talk about one of the biggest storylines that happened in game number 2, the Jacob versus Jacob matchup. Jacob Cortez, obviously La Salle's most dangerous offensive weapon. Nag-adjust si Coach Goldwyn Monteverde sa game number 2, putting Jacob Baila on him, and Baila did an impressive job. 21 points si Cortez in Game 1, 16 points in Game number 2. I know it's just a 5-point difference, but you saw in that game he was hounding Cortez, making everything tough for him. How do you think Jacob Cortez will adjust in Game number 3, knowing na baka yun pa rin ang defensive strategy ng UP?
Trust Coach Topix Robinson to handle that. No? Remember last year, Baila defended well against Kevin Cabao in Game 1. And yet, Kevin Cabao eventually came back in Game 2. So, in other words, there will be a lot of adjustments. Panigurado lang that Jacob Cortez gets the ball more often this time. I expect a lot of blitzes on the part of UP with Francis Noruco coming in and double-teaming him from the top, just to avoid Cortez from doing swing and eventually forcing him to pass the ball. UP will try to find a way that they will let the other players beat them instead of Jacob Cortez.
Jay, so I want to ask about Harold Alarcon because in game number 1, he had 34 points in the UP loss. Game number 2, just 5 points. Now, this is the last game of Harold Alarcon and the Maroon 5. How do you think it's going to end for them? And who do you think among that Maroon 5 will have the biggest game? Will Harold Alarcon have another explosion?
I don't think Harold will have a 34-point explosion this time around. UP is contented in having Harold, Jerry Abadiano, Remogat, and Francis Noruca get their double figures. Okay, kahit 14, 13, 12, 11 points lang yan, okay na yan, happy na yan. Why? Because you don't expect both teams to be scoring more than 80 points. So hanggang 70 to 80 lang yan. So enough contribution yan for players to be doing double digits. Mas gusto na nila yon instead of having Alarcon exploding 30 points but making their offense more predictable.
And that has been the way UP has won. It's not just one guy putting up the points, but pretty much everybody. Spread out offense. Jay, thank you so much for the analysis. And we'll see if your prediction and your green shirt will be lucky sa game number 3 bukas. Maraming salamat, Jay Mercado, with us here on the Scorecard.
Thanks for having me, Anton.
All right. The UAAP Season 88 Men's Basketball Finals has delivered everything fans could ask for. Drama, intensity, and now, a winner-take-all game number 3. The University of the Philippines and De La Salle University are deadlocked at 1 game apiece, setting the stage for a championship decider this Wednesday, tomorrow, at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. So tonight, we break it down, starting with the game that forced this decisive showdown. Game 2 at the Mall of Asia Arena was a war of attrition. Low scoring, physical, every possession mattered. And when the moment demanded a steady hand, Jerry Abadiano delivered. The UP guard finished with 17 points, but more importantly, he owned the fourth quarter. With the game hanging in the balance, Abadiano knocked down back-to-back clutch jumpers to push the Fighting Maroons ahead, turning deficit into belief. Time and time again, he rose above the pressure, calm, composed, and unflinching. Abadiano later said he did not force the moment. The moment simply found him. Now, Francis Noruca provided the muscle inside with a double-double, 13 points and 13 rebounds, while UP's defense made crucial adjustments down the stretch. On the other side, De La Salle, they had its chances. Jacob Cortez led the Green Archers with 16 points, but late-game defense by Jacob Baila forced the ball out of his hands. Boris Marasigan had the final shot, a potential title-clinching 3, but the ball rattled out. And now, it all comes down to one game, Game 3. Winner takes the UAAP Season 88 crown. For UP, the momentum is real. They are coming off a confidence-building win powered by defense, discipline, and the guard who has shown he is built for pressure. Abadiano's rise, Noruca's presence inside, and UP's ability to execute in late-game situations give the defending champions a clear path to repeat. Now, if they can maintain their intensity for 40 minutes, that's going to be huge. For De La Salle, the story is far from over. The Green Archers won Game 1 for a reason. They have multiple scoring options, a system built on execution, and a group that has been through big moments before. The key for La Salle, closing. Turning good shots into made shots and making the right decisions when the game slows down. Now, veteran analyst Kinito, the Dean Henson, called this season one of the most unpredictable in UAAP history, and the Game 3 finals is the perfect ending. No twice to beat, no safety net, just 40 minutes for a championship. UP or La Salle, maroon or green, defending a title or reclaiming glory. UAAP Season 88 comes down to this one final game. Meantime, this just in. Abra Solid North Weavers swept the Quezon Huskers 94-85 to clinch the championship in Game 3 of the 2025 MPBL National Finals, capping the season with a historic 36-game winning streak. Congratulations, Abra. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.